if you are thinking making more income and flexible time, think about this. I actually just signed up to do with Uber, and I was so bored working from home. I just want to make sure I have some cash and also talk to people, drive around the city, and actually explore different areas and earn up to $2,000 a week if you know how the technique. So if you are interested earning more, some with flexible time and also work in your own schedule, well, feel free to check out to drive with Uber, especially anywhere in the state. So you just sign up, and the process actually take around less than 2 weeks to get processed and everything, as long as you follow the instructions. So the next step is just use my link on the description below, and also sign up, fill out your information, and also from there they will request you. There are two options. If you have a car, you can actually fill out the information they requested, that vehicle inspections. Either you can go to Uber locations, or you can actually request people go to your location and they charge $40 for that, and then they fill out the information, you submit the ID, and then also some background check, social security number, so they can actually process that. And after you watch the video, in order to make sure that you understand the compliance process, depends on which city are you at, they will have different training videos for you to go through. Or if you don't have a car yet, you actually can decide to rent the car with Uber, and they do have that option for you to rent a car to drive. My friend's actually on this option right now, and she rents a car from Uber, the partnership from Uber, and they deduct around $400 a week, depends on what type of cars, model, and all that functions right there. And if you actually add it up, $400 a week time for 4 weeks, it will around $1,200. So in my opinion, if you're thinking doing Uber or just like an extra cash, you can actually lease a car and choose that options in order to drive Uber and pay less for a monthly payment. But yeah, think about it. You can work 2,000 week, so technically will be around 7,000 in a month if you actually drive a lot. And depends on what car model. If you follow some community guidelines and also some great customer service for your clients, you actually can earn more by earning tips based on customer service, cleanliness of the car, model type, and all that functions or offers that you provide for your clients. So make sure that you learn all of that to make more money with Uber. Hey guys, so it has been 3 months in a day I started doing Uber and Lyft since April 2024. So I just actually want to share the experience of driving and how much did I make through the apps, and at the same time the opinions about the customer. So as mentioned, I was bored and was trying to actually do something for extra incomes besides working from home. And I figured out maybe I could help my friends to actually earn some bonuses through Uber apps. So that is where I started it in April, and I think I did Uber around a month until I started Lyft later. So this is one to actually share with you how much do I make first. So I think I can actually demonstrate and show you here for the Uber, and I would say here's the amount of how much I make through Lyft. So technically the experience driving with both platforms been really easy, but in my opinion Uber has apps that really actually convenient for driver. At the same time, it's the navigations on the app you can use either with Google Map or Waze. And also, if those two doesn't work, you actually can still using the app itself, and it can zoom in and zoom out, very convenient. Sometimes they do have the waiting time, which is 2 minutes for Uber when they arrive. If the passengers does not shows up like 2 minutes, they will start charging, and the fees or the fares will increase if you waited longer. However, for Lyft, they don't have that options. But if they do, it's about 5 minute ways, which is longer than Uber. And sometimes I think that's way too long, and you, instead of that, you can actually do different drive instead. And then after 5 minutes, you can either cancel the drive or use like way, but they do not have the option to charge the clients, which is like not fair for the Uber for drivers. But I think lately they just changed that right now, about a week ago in July 2024. So that is something that you can have that in mind. For I believe that the fares for Uber and driver, well, I think Lyft actually pay more compared to Uber. They pay less with the fares. They also have more bonuses, $6 or even like from $3 to $6 more bonuses compared to Uber. Uber is like when I just started. I have a lot of like options for bonuses, but right now it's disappear. But for Lyft, yeah, they do have that options, and throughout the day they also have like 10% bonuses. For Uber, sometimes if you stop doing the trips, then they don't have anything like counting the time for you to waiting, because they said it's already included on the fares options. But sometimes if the clients let you wait for like 10 minutes during the trip, then I don't think it's fair enough for you to like get paid the same. I was actually got into the argument with Uber and like filed complaints about that, and they would just like give me $5 for like complaints reasons. But I think they need to actually update on that to be fair for the driver. Lyft, there's nothing happened like that so far. One more thing I like about Lyft, they do have, it's like an option for you to connect with woman driver. So the woman passengers have the ability to choose woman connect, so they can actually connect with the driver who are women for safety purposes, because there's a lot of story about Uber have its like scary story that a couple people out there get raped and all that stuff. So I don't think it's kind of like safe for women. But when I started doing Uber, when it's like going out late to do sometime until like 3 a.m. in the morning, most of the people actually like women, like around 95%. So, and I was like, why women actually use Uber and go out so late than most male? So that is my demographic that I experience with. Also for clienteles in Uber and Lyft, so Uber has a different demographic compared to Lyft. Uber have more like business people. I don't think sometimes they can be friendly, sometimes they do not. They are not friendly. But Lyft, majority of the clients I drive, male, female, LGBT community, they are super friendly and really like willing to talk to you. They actually enjoy talking. And Uber is really standoffish. They think they're better than you, from what I experienced with, and they think like, oh, do not talk to me, that kind of attitude. So I think it's really interesting to see like two demographics in here. Sometimes I experience that Uber clients, they do not tip even though they act like they have money or standoffish. For Lyft in general, clients really friendly, casual. Sometimes it does not upscale, but they tip pretty generous, to be honest with you. So it was really surprising about two apps. At the same time, Lyft pay more. Regarding to Prop 22, which is the fairness for 1099 independent contractors who driving and do not stay as the employee, for these two apps, they do have it's like a guaranteed income whenever you drive certain hours, but you don't get paid enough. Then the apps actually will give you money every Monday to make sure that it's meeting the minimum wage in California or Prop 22 in general. I'm not sure about different states, but that's what I experienced here in California. They do give you the Prop 22 money every Monday on the app. There are also some picks and bonuses for, it's like if you work certain hour, they give you like healthcare and qualify for like maintenance and college educations, online studying, and languages platform. So in general, it's really interesting, but in general, sometimes you can make around like 1,000, 2,000, depends on how long or how willing you want to drive in those period of time. But like I said, sometimes you can make around 200 plus a day for like 6-7 hours or less with Lyft, and Uber maybe have to do a little bit longer, and they don't pay you enough. So that is what I experienced. And if you actually have a nice car, then you can actually qualify for Uber Black. You can earn actually double compared to the regular car or normal cars. For my Mercedes, it's new, and they don't pay, or I'm not qualified. My car doesn't qualify for Uber Black or Lyft at higher tiers. So I get paid as normal as the other cars, even though the other car is more like older than me and not luxury as my car. And most of my client was like, wow, your car is like really fancy. And have anyone tell you that? They always say that all the time, but then they're not gonna tip extra because it's hella cheap already. If the fares I want to get paid, sometimes it's like $3. Sometimes if I have to drive like an hour, they only pay like less than $25 or so. And I think it's not fair for all the drivers here, even though it's like sometimes they can take more than half or 60-70% from the fares that the customer pay. So for me, in order to do this, it's like different perspective of me seeing how the system works, also how the corporation actually treating people, and also like how the clients treating you as an Uber driver. I don't think like we should treat anyone because they're driving Uber and Lyft because they don't have a degree. I don't think so. Even though it's like living in 3,300 apartment, it doesn't mean like we broke. I just want to enjoy actually talking to people to see what are they doing, and then also enjoy the conversation during the drive. And like I said, most of the time I feel like Lyft have a better bonuses, also better clientele, is really friendly and make me really happy when driving for Lyft. But I hope that my perspective won't affect anything with your decisions. You should try both to see how it is. But there's another tip for you to earn more, which is like reserve drive. When you drive early in the morning, especially to the airport, that's where you make the most of money and tip more. Well, thank you so much for watching.